What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Until They Sleep. I'm your host, Daniel, and I'm joined by my co-host, which is...
Chantel.
As in case you didn't know that.
And I might sound funny because I've got a thing, and it just won't go away.
A thing. Well, don't talk about me like that.
I've had a random cough, and
Yeah,
I guess it's something that's just going around.
And I have a thing also, but I think it's allergies. I don't know, because I'm fine as the day goes by, but at first I'm not. Except for tonight. I am actually getting my butt kicked today. So, guys, hold on. Might be a bumpy ride. It might be a stuffy one. You'll hear some puffing and some breathing and some sniffling.
Maybe no different than other times.
Yeah. So episode 46. Thank you for joining us once again. If it's your first time listening to us, well, we're a podcast about a married couple trying to raise 4 kids and venting about, well, are we doing a good job? Are we doing it right?
I mean, yeah, I guess we asked the question, but in the end, we're still going to do it our own way, right?
Yeah, we ask questions. We kind of do it our own way. Learn from our mistakes. It's kind of like, getting advice from our parents that we never listen to it because we got to make sure that, we know more than they do. And
we do it our way.
We do it our way, and then we mess up. And it's like, oh, we shouldn't listen to our parents. And now the cycle continues because our kids do it with us. And it's...
Their children will do it with them.
The cycle of life.
Yes.
Okay. So, goofing around. Yeah, that's all we got going on. So it's that crazy month, everyone. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're enjoying all that crazy traffic and shopping going.
School will be out soon.
Yeah, kids are counting down the days. I'm sure your kids are also counting down the days. I know I'm also counting down the days.
Well, because you work for a company that shuts down for Christmas.
Yeah, there was a rumor, something about maybe like working during that time, but I was
like, never happens. They tell you guys that every year.
No, they don't, and they offer it. It's just I never
really?
take it. Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I mean, it's paid.
No. Yeah,
it's paid time off. Like,
yeah, no, I'll take it. I'm out of sick and vacation, so I'm out.
Yeah, I wish.
I'm out. It's my time with the kids, so I enjoy the time with the kids. So and you're usually working, but yeah. So if you have time off, yeah, make the most of it. Enjoy it. So
as long as no one's sick.
Oh man, last year I was sick during that vacation.
I think it seems like every vacation the last couple of years, you've been sick for at least half of your vacation.
But cold.
You've had a cold for and then it just kind of dampers.
And maybe it's one of those like your body's so used to going, and then you finally like just sit and chill and boom,
you relax.
Like, here you go. Defense mechanisms is down. You're not being as active, so jokes on you, punk.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah,
it happens.
But I enjoy doing the old chief recipes. He pops
shots of stuff.
Yeah, shot of tequila with some tea.
Yeah.
And
is that what you're having tonight?
And I'm having a little peppermint tea.
Okay, but no tequila.
But no tequila. No tequila. I want to be sober for the podcast.
Okay.
Said no one ever. I think it would be a much funner podcast if I was hammered.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be sleepy?
Either some people would turn in to listen to it just to laugh, or most likely people would never listen to us afterwards.
I think I would just be really sleepy because it relaxes me.
Yeah.
It relaxes me.
Well, we're already sleepy as it is because what is it with our kids? I had a conversation with them. Why is it such a nightmare to go to bed? Like they're falling asleep. They're out in no time, but they're like fighting with you the whole time to go to bed. And I had to jump in and then it's like, okay, come on, let's go to bed. Like mom's been trying to put you to bed.
The 5-year-old lately has been the worst. Like I don't know why. It's not like she has to get up to go to school. She's homeschooled, so she's just. I don't know why.
So she was telling me that she misses sleeping with us, that she wants to be close to us. And I was like, well, you were telling me that you wanted your own room, that you wanted to be by yourself. Mm-hmm. You were tired of hearing me snore or, smelling my, like my babas or whatever. Like she made some random excuses to get her own room or move out with her sister. She got what she wanted, and now she's like, but I love you. I want to sleep with you. I miss you. I
think
want to
it's because it's
back.
nice and warm with us.
That could be
She's so skinny, so scrawny. Like,
Yeah, she was like, "Can you
She,
just sleep with me on the weekends?" I was like, "I'm the size of your bed. You
but
want
you
me to
know what?
break
She's
this thing?"
not the only one because the 7-year-old has been begging me to join us.
She's crazy. She's crazy. We let her sleep with us a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, "Nope, never again. Nope, like
Yeah.
no."
Well, I told her maybe during break, but
We have a king size bed, people,
like Eastern King. It's
and they
not a
have us.
California King.
They literally we let one of them usually sleep like on a Friday night with us, and they have us on the edge of our beds. Like I'm on one side, my wife's on the other, and this kid is taking the whole bed. And we try to push them, and they have that strength, that
They
like.
just kick you in the,
Oh
what?
yeah,
And
yeah. I got that wake up call like that last time. That was not fun. Yeah, but okay. So let's touch up on some of the stuff that you did. Well, not that we did. Coming up on we went on the gram, which is our go to because we have the most traffic there. So yeah, we're on Instagram until they sleep. Like if it's your first time listening to us, and then we also have an X account, which is kind of like I started it, but I barely get on it because it's X, so you never know what the traffic's gonna be like or what's going on.
you manage that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to follow up on what you're putting on the gram, like the questions, or just let everybody know that a new episode's coming out.
And then we're also on Facebook.
Yeah, and we also have it on Facebook.
I don't know too many people on Facebook.
Buzzsprout, is our main domain, and you can see our podcast in there also.
Our RS feed.
Yeah, and same thing for the email. Until they sleep at gmail.com. Send us some emails, some questions, some feedback. We would gladly appreciate it, as always. I guess I should have plugged that in at the very end, but let's just get it out of the way.
That's fine. Get it out of the way.
If it's your first time with us, I know I just mentioned that earlier, but thank you. We appreciate the support. If you've been one of those loyal people that were awesome to send us your yearly recap on Spotify or
you showed me
on
those.
YouTube, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. You're awesome. Thank you for always being part of the show and giving us the feedback and answering the questions, and we really do appreciate it. It's nice to know that there's some people out there that support us, love us, and can relate to the stuff that we're throwing out
And
there.
even if they can't relate, that they're just willing to listen to us ramble about
Right. Yeah. Because even sometimes I'm like, I don't want to listen to a podcast because I'm a little tired of people. So those are our other podcasts. I don't know how people must feel like that about us at times too. I really don't want to hear them, but hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I on Instagram posted I think we mentioned in the last episode that we're starting a Would You Rather segment. And this is because our kids are always asking us, Mom, Dad, would you rather? And then some random question. And sometimes they're very, interesting questions, kind of thoughtful.
Sometimes
And
they're
other
silly.
times most of the time, they're just super silly questions. So we talked about our answers last time, which were, would you like to get 10 useless gifts or no gifts?
Right.
And we answered those questions on the last episode, but I did post it on Instagram, and 80% of our followers said no gifts.
80%.
And 20% said they would take the useless gifts.
So they'd rather not get anything at all.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
they must be used to that then.
I agree with that, though. I'm fine with no gifts.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
You gotta find out something to do with it.
Yeah, your answer was very sweet, because I think you're thinking of it as coming from the kids, and maybe that's a factor.
Right.
The whole thing is like, who is it coming from? Is it 10 useless gifts from your kids, or is it 10 useless gifts from your family members or friends? That's maybe a factor to consider, but we didn't specify that, and that wasn't specified to me.
Yeah,
in
it
the
doesn't
question.
matter. 10 useless gifts. For me, it's just straight up. Somebody took their time and consideration to add you to their list.
Yeah.
They spent some money, whatever it was, a penny, 5 cents, $10.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you were in their thoughts, so I appreciate that, and I would appreciate that, and I was like, thank you. And even if it came from a general, I don't know, let's say dollar store, See what I did there?
Yeah.
I was still be like, hey man, thank you.
Yeah. And then the other question we got, well, it wasn't a question we got. I put this question out because our 11-year-old had created a new intro song for us, and I
Right.
wanted to feel, if people liked it. And in all honesty, there's no offense taken if you didn't like it. You could have totally answered that you didn't like it if you didn't like it. But we actually got 100% of our followers who answered saying to keep it. So
I just feel like I want to watch like Miami Vice when I hear that,
Yeah.
or like Unsolved Mysteries. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
kind
maybe
of
our topic needs to be a lot darker.
yeah. We should be talking. Well, I mean, it is pretty dark. We're talking about raising children.
It's true.
I
What's
mean, these
supposed
are
to be joyful
demon
times?
spawns that we have. All pains in the arse. So it's like, yes. I've decided that I'm cursing. It is our parent podcast,
Yeah.
so it's not a family podcast. So put your kids to sleep.
Yeah,
You kids don't need to hear this.
yeah,
It's mommy and daddy time to complain about you guys. So
yeah.
and how we love you, but you're freaking driving us crazy.
Some
So,
days,
yeah.
some days. And so those were our would you rather's from last episode that
Right,
we
right.
answered, and then we have some new would you rather's
Yeah,
for this episode.
and so you took we decided
posted these on-
you posted these.
I
Okay.
posted these on Instagram, and I received responses.
Now, I'm sorry to stop you real quick, but we had a whole bunch of would you rather's this week, didn't we?
I had a long list of them. I only listed 2.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
That's perfect.
saving the rest for later because I'm starting to keep a log.
Okay, that
of
works.
all these would you rather's that the kids ask me.
Right. Okay. So hit
So
me.
the 2 I put out there were
Okay, so we're gonna go over them first, and then you're gonna ask me,
I'm going to tell you what they asked and what our listener
or
responses
do
were.
you want to ask me, and I go over it, and then we compare my answer to the other people.
Sure.
I don't know.
I'll
winging
ask
it
you
here.
and you can tell me.
Yeah. Don't ruin
Okay.
it. I wanna be surprised.
Okay. Would you rather,
Mm-hmm.
this is from our 15-year-old,
Okay.
have 10 duck-sized elephants or 1 elephant-sized duck?
Oh crap! All right. Shit. Okay. Well, 10 elephants the size of a duck. So that would be kind of like a pit bull. A little bit. I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how big. He didn't specify what type of duck. He just said the size of a duck.
I don't work so ducks. Let's just
Ducks
say
are pretty small.
yeah. So, but they're bigger than a Chihuahua.
Yeah.
And they're bigger
But
than
they're
a
smaller than a
Yorkie
pit
or
bull.
a terrier. But
Like a terrier, probably about a little smaller than a terrier.
that would be cute. But what's the point of having those elephants?
What's the point of having 10 ducks?
No.
Duck eggs?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, then pick one.
no. I'm just trying to see like what the purpose would be of those little 10 elephants. Have a little zoo, like a little show, like a little freak show, like welcome to the 10 little elephants make a
I
pyramid.
have no idea. This was just the
Do
question.
I use them on like a bowling ball? Like how much water? And I mean, they'll be great pets. No, but ducks are freaking mean. And, like,
They are.
You remember?
So you would
Remember my
rather
stepmom?
have a duck the size of an elephant?
But think about
Can
it.
you imagine how much it's going to poop?
Can you imagine my freaking commute to work on one of those things? I just like
You're going to ride it? You're
get a
going to
freaking
fly?
saddle on it and just be like, onward, Bruno, go, Bruno,
Oh,
go.
you're going to name him Bruno.
Well, I got to do it for mom's
For your
memory.
stepmom, yeah.
So stepmom used to have
A duck.
duck named Bruno, and this punk was such a great pet.
He was a good guard dog.
He was a great guard dog. He couldn't touch her, couldn't do anything, but he was very loving.
To her.
She took him everywhere. It was like a freaking lap dog. I was serious. But his name was Bruno.
Yeah.
And then he died. One of the dogs scared him, and he died. And then, so that's the other thing. Do they have a heart attack? Like,
I have no idea. This was just the question I was asked. You just have to answer it.
I would take ducks because even if it had eggs, can you imagine that? Like one egg, we get an egg. Like we're good for breakfast per day, right there. One egg.
I can't even imagine what I'm going to cook that in.
Don't worry about cooking it. It's just gonna be. I mean, it's the size of an elephant. How big? It's like a. Damn, that is pretty big.
Yeah, that's really
And
big.
where the hell are we gonna keep it?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, this is a duck. It can fly anywhere it wants. It just comes back
Can
to
you
us, right?
imagine a duck that size flying though? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna terrorize the world. Like, that's scary.
Right. This city will probably sue us and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, your
What
duck is
experimental thing?
crapping all
Yeah.
over our
Yeah,
cars.
exactly.
I don't give a damn. I'll take the duck.
The one duck.
Yeah, I would take that one
One
duck.
duck the size of an
I'm
elephant.
flying that motherfucker. I'm getting on it. I'm like,
I will take the 10.
hey, baby, did you say
Elephants.
you want to travel during the winter? Like, take us to a warm place. Like,
I
go,
will
Bruno,
take
go.
the 10 elephants the size of ducks just because those would be so dang cute.
You know how many peanuts we would have in the house?
Yeah, but they're not going to eat as much as a regular
Or
sized elephant.
branches.
You could treat them
They
like
eat
they're like
nonstop.
puppies.
And then if it's 10, there's more likely they're going to breed. How many we're going to have
I
after
mean,
that?
you just get them snipped.
This
like
is
you would.
one giant freaking duck. Nobody,
Yeah,
no
nope.
other duck's going to try it. This
I
is
will
it.
take the
And
elephants.
We
the little
watched
10
the
the
documentary
little
Puss
duck
in the
size.
Boots, and it showed us that big ducks give us gold eggs. Okay, so
That's a
then
geese. Those are geese, not
Hey,
ducks.
what's the difference between a geese and a duck?
They're different. They're also different sizes.
It's a duck.
Their migratory patterns are different. They're more common in certain areas
Look at
versus
the
others.
expert.
Well, that was the question. I would take the 10 duck-sized elephants. And then the other question, the other would you rather, was from our 11-year-old. And he asked if we would rather be skeletons who could turn back into humans but would have an aversion to the sun, like where we actually could never touch the sun or be in the sun. I was like, so like a vampire is what I asked. And
No, like Wolverine.
like Wolverine. Okay. And then the second part of his question was, or would you rather be a ghost, but you have to be a ghost forever?
That sucks. No, definitely. I'll be bones during the day and be bones during night.
He didn't specify. He just said
No, you
could
said under the light.
He said you could turn back into a human, but you have an aversion to the sun. So you can't be in the sunlight.
Oh,
He
I
didn't
get that.
specify
Oh,
when
okay.
you
So I
turn.
can't be in the sunlight, so I'll be fully human at night. But when the sun is out, I'm a skeleton.
He didn't specify a time.
It's specified if you can be a skeleton, but then you become a human when there's no sunlight.
No, you're reading too much into the question.
That's what you're supposed to
could
do. Read it again.
He said, you're a skeleton
Okay.
that can turn back into a human,
I can turn back to a human.
but you have an aversion to the sun.
And what does that mean?
It just means the sun hurts you,
Okay.
like
So-
a vampire.
So then I'm a human being at night.
He didn't specify the time.
I'm a human being at night. That's
Okay.
what I'm walking away
All
with
right.
it. I'm a human being at night. I'm a freaking skeleton. Then yeah, it's so like oxymoron. It's contradicting itself left and right. You're saying I'm a skeleton, but I turn into a human.
You can turn
I
back
can
into
turn-
a human, but you have an aversion to the sunlight.
So what would that aversion be?
It hurts you. You can't be in the sun. It
Because
burns
it makes me a
you.
skeleton. It melts my skin and my muscles and my organs.
He didn't go into those specifics.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. So yeah, I would take that. I would take that.
Okay.
If I get to
Versus
it doesn't
just
matter. I
being
work-
a ghost forever.
Yeah, that's boring. You can't do absolutely nothing as a ghost to scare people. What kind of ghost are you? Since you're being so specific, am I a ghost like that's just like Casper?
I'm not being specific.
Am I like
the question
Slimer?
wasn't specific.
Am I like a Walking Dead
You
ghost?
can be whatever ghost you want. You're
Oh,
just
so
a
on that one,
ghost.
there's no rule.
You're just a ghost.
Yeah, no, that's not.
And a ghost forever.
No, that'd be boring. Can I touch stuff? Am I a ghost like Patrick Swayze ghost?
I have no idea.
Mm.
Our son has no idea who Patrick Swayze is.
It's just something to think about.
This is an 11-year-old question.
I'm gonna have to follow up on that one. No, but I would definitely take the skeleton. I think a skeleton because if you're saying that at moments I can be like a human being and I can still do things and I can touch things and probably eat and have fun or do things, and I imagine I also get to live forever. I mean, maybe the sun is what kills me. So then, wouldn't I take like precautions for that one?
I guess I better start asking more detailed questions when they ask me these, because clearly this can't just be a question that's answered.
Well, yeah, I already said it. I mean, I was quick about it.
No, okay.
I read me bones.
I
The reason why I said Wolverine was because there was a time when Wolverine was killed or whatever, and he was just skeletons. But eventually, his healing powers heal him, and he's able to walk again. Right. So that's what I thought about.
okay.
Yeah.
No idea. And
I just covered it. So
I
you should
know,
have
but
an
our
idea.
son, I'm sure that's not what he was even thinking about when he asked. For myself, I would say that I would, I don't know.
You'd probably be a ghost.
I would probably be a ghost.
You like to be a pain in the ass, so you'd be a ghost.
Yeah, I'd be haunting someone somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always fucking with people. Just pissing
No,
them off.
could also just walk through, apparate through walls and, travel without being seen.
That's the part I don't understand about ghosts. So they can walk through walls, but they can still stay above the ground. Like, wouldn't they just endlessly just keep on falling?
I think it just depends on how they materialize.
So what's the difference between a ground and a floor? Or a wall?
The ground,
So, like
it's
what?
solid underneath.
Okay, so then if you go into a house with an attic, will you fall all the way to the attic and can't go up?
I think it just depends on how they manifest.
Okay.
There's probably someone out there who could explain that.
Right, yeah.
Anyways, so our followers answered the following. On the duck-sized elephants and the one elephant-sized duck, it was 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50. I wonder if anybody thought about it the way you did, though. That'd be interesting to know. And then on the skeleton to human or a ghost, 100% said skeleton to human.
And then, I mean, let's just think about it. You get tired of the damn duck, you probably shoot it and cook it, right?
I guess.
That'd be like if you're a hunter, like, it's like, oh, man.
I guess that's another perk.
That'd be like no, that would suck. I didn't think about that because everybody would want that to be like their trophy. That would be like a little bit like a Guinness World Record right there.
I mean, but do you actually think that the government would allow you to keep that one duck-sized elephant? Oh, no, one elephant-sized duck. I mean, I don't even think they'd let us keep the 10, duck-sized elephants.
I'll probably sell a couple of those.
Yeah.
5 circus or something.
Yeah. Anyways, those are the questions, and those were our follower responses. So thank you to those who participated. We appreciate your responses greatly so that we can have a conversation about it here.
That was weird. Those are tough ones. Those are weird ones.
No, they will probably always be weird questions, but I'll be sure to ask them for more specifics because Dad is going to need more detail.
Right. Yeah, something like that.
And from there, I turn it back over to you on what it is that we're going to cover today.
So, I am realizing that I'm a hypocrite.
Okay.
I've been a hypocrite. So I've always said that I don't like Christmas and I hate Christmas and I don't care for Christmas and that I do it for my kids and maybe my kids change me, but now I'm all about the Christmas lights and decorating and all that stuff. I want them to be happy. I want them to like their surroundings as much as they like it during Halloween. I like to see their happy faces on Christmas Day and I like doing things as a family. So I always look for any excuse or holiday, right, to do that. But I've always said that I don't care for Christmas. And I always get angry. And I was like, I'm bah humbug, right? And so I was like, well, you know what? Our daughter, the 7-year-old, was like, Daddy, there's this new movie. I want to watch it. Can we watch it? And I was like, you know what? Hold on. I want to watch it with you guys. So it was Candy Cane Lane. And that's a new Eddie Murphy movie. And we watched it together as a family. And we laughed. We were like kind of entertained with it. And when I was like, man, I really wanted to watch a Christmas movie. Which led to what we're going to do today. I wanted us to pick our 5 favorite Christmas movies since I enjoy Draft so much. So, but the twist is these are the only 5 movies that you probably be able to watch for the rest of your life. Right, that's it. Like you're gonna watch these, and that's it. You every Christmas you have to watch them, or like it was, let's say, end of the world, and you have 5 DVDs or VHS tapes, and it's these 5 Christmas movies. What would they be? And at the same time, we can do the opposite with what are the 5 that you would never want to see again, that you just don't care to ever watch again, right? That you dislike, that you enjoy. And this is why I think I'm a hypocrite now. I realize that there are way too many movies I enjoy for Christmas. Like a lot of movies that I enjoy for Christmas. But
versus another holiday,
a couple of them are iffy. Some people will argue that they're not Christmas movies. Mm-hmm. So that's where it came into.
Okay.
So I kind of want to ask you if you will let us know what those 5 movies for you are that you would want to watch for the rest of your life, or that you wouldn't.
Okay.
If you don't have 5, that's fine. If you have 3, I'm okay with that. I know that one's hard.
I have 5 that I would watch.
Okay. But here's my other thing. Maybe I'm complicating it myself because, I mean, Christmas is a big holiday, and they do make a lot of money. We've covered this before.
Mm-hmm, yes.
So maybe that's why they make so many Christmas movies. So it's kind of hard for me to pick my 5 movies.
Well, it was really easy for me because I realized I haven't seen very many of. I mean, I looked online and I was like, the list of 100 top Christmas movies, list of the top 50 movies. I was like, I've seen like 10 of those, if that. So it was easy for me to pick.
All right, cool. I asked our 11-year-old before he went to bed, real quick about his.
All right.
I want to do yours first, then we'll do his real quick. Okay. And then if whatever you guys pick, I will eliminate from my list since it's so big.
Yes,
and vast. And since, we're a family and we'll probably be stuck together here, so I have to watch those movies. I just hope you don't pick movies that are I never care to watch again.
Okay.
All right?
Well, I mean, maybe.
So let's start off with the movies that you don't care to watch.
Okay, that I don't care to watch. I am good not watching Elf. I am good not watching Polar Express.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying you're okay with not watching Elf?
Yeah.
Polar Express. I don't even have Polar Express on my.
I'm good without that. And any of the Home Alones after number 2.
Any of the Home Alones after number 2. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I think number 3 was the only one that didn't take place during Christmas. So it was just whatever's after that.
Wait, what was the last one?
What do you mean?
What did you just say? I'm sorry,
I said number 3.
Number 3.
Home Alone 3 was the only one that didn't take place during Christmas. But there's like 4
what was
and
that?
5.
What was that about? What was number 3?
It happened after. Yeah, there's like a bunch.
No, I know that they remade it with some other kid and whatever.
Yeah. Number 3 happens after Christmas.
Okay, so then for you, the no's are Elf, Buddy.
No Elf.
Can't believe.
I have just never
you.
gotten into that movie. I don't know. You guys put it on all the time. And I'm just like, eh. Maybe it's because I haven't sat down to like watch it.
It's Will Ferrell, babe.
I get it. He's funny to me half the time. Sometimes it's just too over the top.
By the way, yes, we're still here. We didn't get a divorce. Nobody did die. I didn't end up in murder with my husband. But maybe now I will.
I like him. He's funny, but sometimes it's just so over the top. I'm just over it.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Okay. And then Polar Express and the Home Alone after number 2.
Polar Express I know is the one cartoon with like Tom Hanks. And
yeah.
Like that. And I've never seen it. So
yeah, I've seen it, but I'm not like.
Okay.
If I never saw it again,
So this is another reason why I kind of wanted to go over the ones we don't care for, because it can be shocking when people would hear it, you know, because I'm pretty sure somebody that's listening right now, the moment you said Elf, they're like, what?
I know.
How dare you? And if there's any teachers out there, especially kindergarten teachers, that hear you say no to the Polar Express, they'll be like, this woman, does she not know that in kindergarten
Yes,
we did it with we've done it with two of our kids.
I am well aware.
We have to get the boxes, we have to make the
train. Yes,
and they go around the whole school.
Yes, I am well aware, but I am just, the question was, if I never saw them again,
I got you.
I would be fine with a Christmas where I never saw these again.
Okay, I respect that. All right, okay, now give me your 5 that you would keep.
My number 1.
Okay.
From 1988 is Scrooge.
You took my number 1.
I love Scrooge.
I love Scrooge too. That's a great. Bill Murray is awesome.
I love Scrooge. I love that dang fairy. It's one of those kids that isn't necessarily super appropriate for kids to watch, but I saw it as a teenager, and I'm sure I saw it before. Again, I probably saw the made-for-TV version.
But even the uncensored wasn't that bad.
It's
like
not that bad.
PG-13,
It's not that bad.
A couple bad words. That's about it.
Yeah, but I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Always loved Scrooge.
Out of all the Christmas Carol movies, remakes, whatever, that's my favorite one.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I agree. I agree.
Well, we finally agree on one thing.
Yes, I was amazed the time I told you, oh, do you mind if we watch Scrooge? And you're like, yeah, I love that movie. I was like, you do? So I was like, oh, we do have something else in common.
Yeah, when that movie first came out, I watched it so many times at Christmas. Yeah. Like, I remember it was on a Veda tape. It was still around, I think. Oh, no, it was already VHS. It was already VHS, yeah. I watched that so much. I really enjoyed it. All right.
My number 2, Edward Scissorhands from 1990.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was going to slip by.
Edward Scissorhands, a lot of people, 1990.
Go ahead.
Johnny Depp, Winona Ryder. I just love it. I used to pretend to be her in my head. I loved it. I was 10 when that movie, 10 going on 11 when that movie came out. So
that was in what year?
1990.
That was in 90, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that's a Christmas movie because it ends around the Christmas, and she's telling the story to the grandkid at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
let us know and everything.
I love it.
Yeah, that movie. For me, I remember when I watched it at the theater. So, I was shocked when I saw the boyfriend, and I was like, "Oh, Johnny B. Good has got swole." The nerdy kid and the other in the early 80 movies. You know, what was he on? Like 16 Candles and stuff like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe how big he got. I was like, "Man, he's grown up." He bulked up. But yeah, I actually. I mean, come on, Vincent Price was on that.
I know.
That was part of my childhood.
It was one of his last movies, too.
Yeah, so, I loved it because of Vincent Price. And I remember one time I was watching it at home, my dad actually sat down when he saw Vincent Price. He's like, "Oh, it's Vincent Price." And I was like, "Yeah." So I'll give Chief credit. He kind of got me into Vincent Price. So.
Okay. All right, my number 3. Dun, dun, dun. Batman Returns from 1992.
You can't take Batman Returns from...
I love it because that's the one that has Catwoman in it. And I love Catwoman.
So much right now. Yeah.
I love Batman Returns 1992.
But thank you for making my list smaller. Any other reason behind it? I mean, what, you like the Penguin? Is it just because Christopher Walken is a badass in there?
I mean, he's a bad guy.
He's just a weirdo.
Sure. I love Michelle Pfeiffer, and
she was so hot in that movie.
Yeah, she was beautiful.
I think that's when everybody was like,
and she's a cat, and I love Catwoman. I just love Catwoman. So for me, I love that. I love that story of him and her, but not him and her. You know what I mean? Like the coulda, woulda. How it always is. Yeah, I love it. And then my number 4 is going to be the original Grinch from 1966.
Oh, okay.
I am partial to the 2000 version with Jim Carrey just because I really enjoy Jim Carrey. So those two kind of go together. I rather watch the 1966 version, but our kids love the 2000 version with Jim Carrey. So actually, even though lately they like the newer one, that the one that just came out, the cartoon
with Doctor Strange.
Yes. But you know, I would still rather watch the original. I think our daughter's afraid of the original. His grin is too scary for her.
So for me, that one I loved it because I always like as a kid, and I watched that, and I was like, Tim Curry would make a great Grinch.
He would have made a great Grinch.
Yeah, that eyes, that smile.
Yeah.
But that was the one reason I enjoyed Home Alone 2, because they make that connection.
Yes.
And so I was like,
they do.
I'm not alone. They
figured it out
that too,
yeah.
you know? It was like, so yeah, that was awesome.
Well, so that's my number 4/4.5.
Okay, so you said The Grinch.
Yeah.
Do I have that on my list? I do. I have the 2000 on my
You have the
list.
2000
yeah.
version. And my number 5, and this is just probably because something my parents used to make us watch when we were kids, is White Christmas from 1954.
Let me put that on my number one to watch.
And I have made the kids watch this before for Christmas movies.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's just a classic, classic movie from my childhood that I would watch with my parents sometimes, and yeah, it just brings back nice memories.
Oh, well, that's cute. I don't have that on my list at all. So okay, so I'm gonna go over our sons, and he actually only had one for his
would never watch,
which is something I haven't seen yet, but he picked Merry Little Batman. I guess it just came out.
Okay.
It's like a cartoon. He says he doesn't like the animation. He doesn't like the storyline. He doesn't like Damien. He's just that I never seen Batman be so not Batman.
Okay.
So he didn't care for it.
Okay.
So that's his thing if he never gets to watch it.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, so I'll have to add it to my list to watch. But on his favorite ones, his number one is Gremlins.
Oh yeah, he loves Gremlins.
Yeah, he says Gizmo stole his heart, but Stripe, it was love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
He loves Stripe, so and the whole fact that it's during Christmas that everything happens. His number 2 is Christmas Carol, but with Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Uncle
Scrooge
McDuck, yeah, and Mickey Mouse and Tiny Tim and all that. That's his favorite one for the Christmas carols. His number 3 would be Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
And I'm going to touch on that one. So I take full responsibility for that one because a lot of people say that it's a Halloween movie, but it is not. In our household, it's a Christmas movie because, therefore, the name is on the title, which says Christmas. And I know people say, but it says before Christmas. Like, no. The movie begins when Halloween ends. And he's trying to hijack Christmas, and he's prepping for Christmas, and he's doing everything for Christmas because he wants a new holiday. And Santa Claus.
Tired of being the Pumpkin King.
Yes. So it is a Christmas movie. We watch it in our household during Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
We watch it from October through December.
It year round.
That's true too.
Every one of our kids has gone through their phase of Nightmare Before Christmas, and to be honest, I don't think they ever outgrow it because it's kind of like bones in this damn house. The moment that they hear Jack Skellington sing, they all come out and they sit out, and throughout anytime we go grocery shopping and we bring something new, they grab it and it's like, what's this? You
should hear them in the car. They play the score at least once a week.
Yeah. And then I made one year the mistake of playing the cover to my son, our oldest one, our 15-year-old. I played him the ones with Marilyn Manson and Korn and Tiger Army, the 20th anniversary tribute, and he was like, oh my goodness, this is the best covers I've ever heard.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He's not the only one. The 11-year-old also has those covers on
Yeah.
his playlist.
No. So yeah, our family is a big Nightmare Before Christmas, so I'm glad that one is out of my list.
And they also
so is Gremlins.
know who the singer is. They can recognize him from his original band.
Right.
And Oingo
They all
Boingo.
love Oingo Boingo because of Danny Elfman. So yeah.
Yep.
So there, yeah. So you can tell our family's like pretty big on Tim Burton, I guess, and Danny Elfman because my wife pretty much put two of Tim Burton movies in there, and then
That's
our
right.
son's adding another one.
Batman and Edward Scissorhands. Yep.
So yeah, his number 4 was a classic bundle of we had bought like a box set kind of movie DVD thing, and it has all the classic cartoons that I grew up watching also, which had like
Frosty
Rudolph,
the Snowman.
yeah, Frosty the Snowman,
The Heat Miser.
the Heat Miser,
The Jack Frost and
yeah, and his last one. Oh no, he had 2 more. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 2. I think he said you can erase Home Alone, but Mom already picked Home Alone, so we can erase that one for him. He had also picked Home Alone.
But I said Home Alone.
But you say Home Alone 1 to 2. He doesn't care for anything after that. He
I
only
don't care
knows
for it.
1 and 2.
Yeah, he only knows 1 and 2.
Yeah, we've never shown him the other ones then.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then Home Alone's out of his list, so he's covered on that one. But he really loves the Christmas Chronicles. Those are the ones that Netflix put up that have. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name right now. Star-Lord's dad. Snake. Oh, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
It has Kurt Russell as
And
Santa Claus, and Goldie Hawn makes
Goldie
a cameo
Hawn.
on the first one. I bet she's on the second. So he
on
said
both.
both of those movies are there, and yeah, it's true. Him and our 7-year-old and our 5-year-old, they really, even our 15-year-old, really enjoyed the first one, and they like to watch it, and we usually watch it.
They definitely enjoyed the first one more, I think, than the second one.
And
though.
Christmas Chronicles actually came out, I believe, in 2020 and 2022. So then, ever since then, we've been watching that. Nightmare Before Christmas came out in 1993. I'm sorry I didn't cover the years that they came out on. So that one is out. And the Christmas Chronicles, I don't know when that came out, actually. But, yep, those are our 11-year-olds ones. And the reason why he gets to be a part of this draft is he's the one. He's the one that since day one has always loved Christmas. He's a big Christmas kid, aside from a Halloween kid. But I think Christmas is his number. Yeah, but I think Christmas is his number one holiday since he was a kid. If I can blame anyone for me getting into the Christmas spirit and trying to put up with Christmas and watch the movies and decorate and everything, it's because of him. He's always asked for it. He always wants to be a part of it. He just everything.
He's a really big believer. When he was little,
he still is. He still is.
He's working on it though. Like I know he's more recently told me, "Mom, I know there's no Santa Claus." He asks it like he's questioning it still.
Yeah, because he still believes it,
and he wants to believe. And I just tell him, that it's if you believe. It's whatever you want to believe, buddy. That's all I tell him. Because I know lots of adults who love Christmas, and for them, the magic of Christmas is still important. So if that's how he wants to be, that's fine. He wants the magic of Christmas to be real for him. I'm not going to take that away from him.
All right. So, yep, that's what we have with those. I'm trying to go down my list real quick because you guys have taken a couple of mine out of there. Which is kind of funny, but yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, guys, get ready.
Your turn.
My turn.
You get 5, not 500.
Well, you guys have helped me out. Okay, so I'm going to go over the ones that I would never care to watch again. Okay. Number 1 is going to be Christmas Horror Story.
I haven't seen it.
It's just horrible. Don't even worry about it. It's a story about Krampus and Santa Claus. Then they have an all-out bloody battle at the end about how to handle Christmas and how they do their thing, and it was so horribly bad. I thought I was watching the Krampus movie for a second. I thought it was going to be a good Krampus movie. This is from 2015. I watched it once. I missed some pieces because that's how distracted I was, how horrible it was, and it got pretty bloody and gory at the end. I think that was the highlight, but I was still like, yeah,
The highlight.
I would never watch this again. So that's no, I don't care to ever watch it again.
And you don't recommend it.
My number two is something that you guys picked as one of your favorites. I don't ever care to watch Home Alone again. I am sick and tired of Home Alone. I had a cousin that watched it the first year. I don't know how many times he made us watch this movie. I still liked it. And then the next year, and then the following year, and then the following year after that, and then
How old
my
was
brother,
he when you
and
had
then
to watch it?
he was my age.
Oh, okay.
So it was Valo. And so what year was Home Alone again? I can't remember. 92, 90?
Home Alone is... I didn't write down the year for Home Alone.
1990, I believe. Somewhere around there. It doesn't matter. It's cute. A part of me is like, oh, yeah. But then I'm like, not again. You know, like, I guess it lost its magic as you get older. It's like, there's no way this kid would have ever. I get it. It's a kid movie. But now he's like, sorry.
Our 8-year-old watched it and she enjoyed it very much. You're gonna hate me.
Yeah, I know. You said, hey, she's watching Home Alone today. And I was like, oh. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to sit over here. I'm a
Yeah,
chill.
he just stayed in the room watching football.
All right, so there's my number two. My number three is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
Oh my
Tom
gosh, I
Arnold
don't even remember that
from
movie.
1996. Oh no, it was Sinbad. I'm sorry. What am I talking about? 1996. Yeah, Schwarzenegger. I love Schwarzenegger, and I love Sinbad at that time. And man, that movie was bad. And it had Anakin Skywalker from Episode 1 as his son. And oh man,
I don't remember that movie at all.
that movie just no. I'd rather watch Oscar than
Okay.
It's just one of those like when you watch your action heroes try to make a funny movie and it's just weird to see them do that.
You mean like Kindergarten Cop?
Kindergarten Cop is a great movie.
I love Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, that's still a great movie. That was different though. But this
Okay,
one
I
is
don't
just
remember
for
this
Christmas. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't care for it.
Okay.
So that was my number three for that one. I'm actually gonna go on the line for number four. It's gonna be Bad Santa.
I haven't seen it either.
It's
You're naming all these movies I haven't seen. Or I really
I
don't
watched
remember.
it once. It was like the top movie. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's such a good movie." Billy Bob Thornton, and it's hilarious. And the mom from Gilmore Girls, and blah blah. And I was like, "All right." And I think it was like some friends, and they rented it or bought it at the time, and were like, "Let's watch it." And I was watching it, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not finding it funny."
But are you a Billy Bob Thornton fan?
I enjoy some of his work. Yeah, there's
Okay.
some stuff that he's done that's really good. There's some that I'm like, eh. But yeah, I'll probably say yeah. I mean, he's made some good stuff.
But just not this.
But
Bad
yeah,
Santa is bad.
I didn't. Yeah, it's bad. Don't watch it with your family. Don't watch it with your kids. Like, it's just bad. If you enjoy it, good for you. Maybe it's one of those movies that I need to rewatch, and maybe I'll change my mind, kind of like I did with
Maybe you had
Nacho
to be
Libre.
in the mood to watch it.
Yeah, it just threw me off. It's just I was like, "Whoa, it's not what I expected for a Christmas movie," you know. But that was it. And then at number 5, I'm kind of having a hard time. But I'm gonna. It's between Reindeer Games and the Nutcracker, and I'm gonna give it to the Nutcracker. If I never watch the Nutcracker, I'll be okay.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I watched that Keira Knightley one.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh? What? And I had so many questions.
Our girls love that version.
And then I watched another one and I was like, this is not something I'm enjoying. Maybe it's one of those girl movie things.
It's a girl movie thing.
But I don't care for it. I don't care for it, so I'll leave it out of there. So those are I would never care to watch again.
Okay.
Okay? I'm sorry, Home Alone. I guess I'm stuck watching that one. So.
I mean, it's like me with Elf.
So yeah. Now for my
Top 5.
top 5 in no particular order, I'm just gonna say them because I can't really give them a place. Man, you guys really took a lot of my favorite ones because those were like on my top. You know, I had Batman Returns. I
Well,
had
it
Edward
just gives you more
Scissorhands.
room to pick some of the other ones. You wanted.
I am gonna pick a movie that I'm gonna go. I think I might go backwards here. Um, damn it. Okay, I am gonna go. The first one I'm gonna mention that I actually do like to watch every Christmas, and I usually do it once. Uh, Everybody goes to sleep. Until they sleep, I go and I watch this movie by myself. My wife says that she wants to watch it with me. Surprised the crap out of me when she said that 2 years ago. She actually watched it with me, and then last year she went to bed, but I watched it. I've watched it ever since it came out. I forgot what year it's from, but I'm just gonna go on a limb and say that for me it is Friday After Next. Uh, Ice Cube is hilarious. I
It's
love
funny.
it. It's just a great hood kind of sense of humor. It's got the happy ending. It's got the get together music, the camaraderie of friends. It's just it has that slapstick comedy on it too.
Hmm.
It's got the it's relatable if you're part of the hood or you're a
It
minority.
took you back.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it reminds me of like friends or people I knew or I hung out with. Hilarious. I just think it's a hilarious movie. It's just
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
and I love Ice Cube. I
That's a
love
funny
all the
movie.
Ice Cube
That's a
movies.
funny
I really
movie.
enjoy them. My brother always says that every time he sees Ice Cube, he thinks about me. That we have the same mannerisms, we make the same facial expressions. So to him, I'm the brown Ice Cube. But yeah, Friday After Next, 2002. That's when it came out. So I'm going with that one. And then, of course, Die Hard. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's another one I watched since it came out in 1988. That cousin that I'm talking about that made me suffer watching Home Alone and some
You
other
made him
movies.
suffer with Die Hard.
I no, he introduced Die Hard to me.
Oh, okay.
He was a big movie buff. If I'll give him credit for a lot of the movies I got to see and that he introduced me to. He introduced me to Die Hard and came out, and he's like, "You're gonna love this thing," and he was not wrong. It's been hilarious. I was a little bilingual kid that barely understood English at that time. I mean, I knew it, but it wasn't that well. And every time I watched it, it just became better and better and better and better. And then at the same time, I was like, "Yo, that's the dad from Family Matters. Like, he's still playing the cop. Like, it's still him. And then later on, I was like, wait, he's not. It's not the same name. He doesn't have the same name. But yeah,
Kids
I
figure it out
I
eventually.
I love it. I love it. Die Hard. There's people that argue that it's not a Christmas movie, but in order to be a Christmas movie, it takes place on Christmas. So therefore,
Or around Christmas.
yeah. So never forget to take a nice shower. And of course, like that was like one of the best bad guys ever in movie. And when you dragged me to watch Harry Potter movies, and I was like, yo, that's Die Hard, dude. That's Sheriff of Nottingham. It's like,
Yes, he is the sheriff of
I was
Nottingham.
like, this guy's always a great bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's the bad guy. He's gonna be the bad guy.
Okay.
Lo and behold, many years later, when it comes to the end of Harry Potter, I was like, he wasn't the bad guy.
He wasn't the bad guy. He was the good guy.
I love you, Snake. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Die Hard. That's two, right? Okay, number three. New movie, newish, came out last year, 2022. I love it. It's about Vikings. It's about the Papa Drool. Got Drool.
Did you say the
Finally-
name of it already?
No.
Oh, okay.
It covers everything. It's awesome. My kids were watching it with me.
Oh
my
my-
wife couldn't believe that I was letting them watch this movie. And then when it goes into Drool and the tattoos and the origins of it, the kids were like, Dad, this is what you've been saying all along. Santa Claus was a Viking. And I was like, yes. And then Violent Night, people.
Yes.
And Violent Night. And on top of it, it has John Leguizamo. So
As a bad guy.
who's always great.
He's a great bad guy.
So for the longest time to me, he was a Puerto Rican dude, but it turns out to be that he's Peruvian and Asian, and he's all these mixes. So I'm like, yeah, he's Peruvian right there. He has a Toomey tattoo and everything. He's proud of that part of his family. So yeah, he's a great bad guy. Yeah, most definitely not something you want to show to little ones. If you haven't
but
seen
you
it,
did.
but I did. Yeah, well, not all the Christmas movies have to be all pretty. Obviously, by my draft one, what I'm picking here.
Well, the kids haven't seen Friday.
No, Friday After Next. No,
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 they
no,
haven't seen that.
no. And not to
They
mention that
haven't seen Die Hard
Cat
either.
Williams was the bomb in that movie too. It's
Yes,
just
I agree. He's
hilarious.
hilarious.
It's like, and it was at the time. It really dates itself because it covers the whole Palm Pilot thing. Remember how Palm Pilots were like the shit? Everybody was like, oh, I need a Palm Pilot. This little pen and make my little calendar and everything.
Hey, don't make fun of me because my phone still has that.
Oh no! I mean, the new phones need it. I'm learning it now. I'm contemplating getting one because it doesn't always pick up my fingers, and it's
It doesn't
easier.
always pick up the pen too. Though.
No, oh, don't tell me that. Well, I think Eddie has one, and he says it works right for him.
I think it's the screen protectors that mess with it.
Well, bottom line. So yeah, Violent Night. It's there, people. If you haven't seen it, and maybe you're just tired of all this lovey-dovey.
If you need a little violence in your Christmas,
yeah, a little action, a little little gunfights and axes
and family drama,
and ornaments coming to life and killing people. Yeah, definitely enjoy Silent Night. Not to mention that if you enjoy Stranger Things, Santa Claus might look familiar to you. So yeah, those are that's my other one. So where am I at 3 now? I am gonna go with. Oh my goodness, I have to. If I'm already going with Silent Night, I have to add.
Night.
Yeah, Violent Night. I had to add another scary movie in there. I'm gonna go with Krampus.
Okay.
I have to add Krampus in there. 2015.
Is that the one with that family?
Yeah. As Krampus, it's a scary movie. It's another one of origins from, ancestry of if you're, part German or
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. The opposite of, good jewel, which if you're bad and you don't appreciate the gifts that you got, if you were bad throughout the year, Krampus will come and get you and take you away and punish you and handle
never
you.
see your family
Or
again.
if you're really, really bad, he's going to eat you. He's going to eat you. So on the covers of family, of course, the grandma is from the old country and she knows about Krampus and she knows what happened in her village and she got away. And now here's many years later, Americanized, has grandchildren, and just how spoiled and bratty they are. And of course, it's time for Krampus to pay a visit and do what he needs to. So it scared the crap out of my kids. I told them stories of Krampus before the movie came out. I showed them Krampus. It was an attitude adjustment. They think about it. They're afraid of Krampus. And then, of course, my wife and me enjoying something like that, and we show them about the festival of Krampus and how it still happens and how it's still a big event. They really think about it. They really think about. I mean, we had our 7-year-old was like, I haven't been great this year. You think that maybe instead of cold, Krampus might come get me? And I'm like, I don't think you were that bad, but if you know it, you need to adjust that for next year because most likely that's strike 2 and Krampus will come get you next year.
Do you remember, again, this goes back to like parenting decisions that we've made over time. Not necessarily great parenting decisions, but we're experimenting with our kids on this. One year the boys were particularly awful. I think around the time we moved, right, from San Diego up this way. And I don't know, maybe just didn't adjust well to the move. Mm-hmm. So Santa wrote them a letter.
Oh, yes, the letter.
Santa wrote them a letter. And in the letter, Santa let them know that he had a talk with Krampus to not come and get them, to please not come and get them this year, that they were going to get another chance, but that they were not going to get gifts from Santa for having been so disobedient.
Oh, no, their gift was that Krampus wasn't coming.
Yeah.
That was their gift. That's what I told them at the end.
And, man, they looked so serious because I just remember that the eldest was old enough to read, so he read it to his little brother, and they looked so serious. But yes, That was where it began, I think. That's when we started like honing in that whole if you don't listen,
Yeah, and I think it was like
Santa knows
a
somebody.
year or two later.
It's
I
not
let them
just
watch the
about
movie.
coal.
I don't think.
You're not gonna just get coal.
So there you go, guys. So there's that one. I got one more. That was
Okay.
four. So far I've had, what did I say? Friday After Next, Die Hard, Violent Night, and Krampus. And I'm gonna take a turn here. Okay, the last two were a little scary. The other two were kind of, one was funny, one was action packed. Also, one was kind of action packed and gory, and the other one is scary. But it's about family. And I'm gonna take a swing out here. So I'm gonna do a notable mentions here that I was thinking about picking. These are kind of family ones.
Aren't you still have one more?
Yeah, I have one more, but these are like ones that I just couldn't pick because of
Well,
it's
just
five.
say your number 5.
No. I wanted is I really enjoy Christmas with the Cranks. But it's one of those. I just enjoy Tim Allen and oh my god, I can't remember her name right now. Halloween girl. Freaky Friday.
Jamie
Mom.
Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, thank you. And I enjoy her, so it was cool, but it's funny, but yeah, it's one of the ones I kind of in a weird way end up watching. I had Elf in there, but you gotta eliminate it. Also I had like Grinch.
I mean, it's just because I
Edward
don't care for
Scissorhands,
it doesn't mean
Batman's.
you
No,
can't.
yeah,
care for it.
but these are like things that I had in there. You covered Scrooge, our song covered, Gremlins, Nightmare. So, but I love Tim Allen, so I want to say that the Santa Claus movies are part of a movie that
That whole
came out.
franchise?
Yeah, when it came out when I was older, and I really enjoyed them. I really liked them.
We watched that one today too.
Yeah, it's for some reason I really do like those movies. I guess I'm no longer in the closet about admitting those. I really Tim Allen, like I don't know, I just enjoy that guy. Every work that he does ever since Home Improvement. So Santa Claus was to me like awesome. And then even though part 3 is a little stupid and kind of weird with Martin Short and everything, I watched it because Martin Short's on it. But
Isn't the new one super weird?
I don't know yet. It's a TV show. I have to watch it.
Oh,
so
they
it's
made it a TV
yeah,
show?
so it's in parts. So I we talked to the kids and we said we're gonna watch it once I go on break, which is when they're on break. So yeah, with me and the kids, we had talked about it. You must have not remembered because you're always busy, but we kind of mentioned it when you were in the kitchen.
Yeah,
We're
I
like,
don't
hey, we
remember.
got to watch this together as a family. Oh, we'll do it during the shutdown when we're on leave. Another movie that I actually enjoy.
Oh, you're still on your notable
Yeah,
mentions.
it's Four Christmases
Okay.
with Vince Vaughn and oh my god, I'm horrible at names today. Reese Witherspoon. I think that's hilarious. That's a great movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
they're-
I remember that one now.
when they never celebrate Christmas with the families
Yes,
because
they were
always
going to go on
trip.
a trip, and then they got, yes.
Yeah, I enjoy that movie.
That
You know,
is
it's
actually a very
Robert
funny
Duvall.
movie.
It's
Yes.
got all these great actors in it.
That is a
It's
funny
just
movie.
basic. That's a great movie. I really enjoy it. I would never get
So
tired of
these are
watching
your
that.
notable mentions.
But they didn't make it. But they're all family. They're all about family, right? They all come to Santa Claus is about family. Christmas to Christ is about family. For Christmas is about family and being divorced and driving from place to place. We can relate to that. We've done that before. But I'm gonna go with another one. This is my number 5. This
Okay.
is a movie that I would enjoy. It's gonna be Family Man with Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
It's just a reminder of always be thankful of what you have and not dwell about the what ifs.
Okay. Oh, I think I remember that movie.
But
He wishes, right?
yeah,
That
he
his
like
life. He's tired of
he
the
wonders.
kids and
He wonders. Yeah, what it would be like if he would have met that meeting or been a successful businessman or whatever not, because he's I married the high school sweetheart and we have
And the
so many
kids
kids
and,
and all this crap and he was a family man instead of the
corporate man.
corporate. What was the stockbroker guy or a lawyer or
I
something
don't
like that? I can't
remember
remember
all the
that. I
details.
can't remember that detail either. But he was rich and successful, but alone. And so all that money, all that success, but in reality, once he realized, but it's one of those where he remembers the life with the wife and the kids, and then he's realizing that it's not the same without them. It's not the same thing. And I thought I watched that, and I was a young guy, and was it 2000? And I didn't. I didn't have family or anything, so it made me think about it, and I was like, man, like that's nice, right? Like you appreciate what you have. So I think that's a pretty story. Make
Yeah.
you realize and appreciate your family, no matter how weird and cuckoo and dysfunctional they are. Family's family, and love them and enjoy them and spend time with them, and that's what Christmas is all about, right? I think.
Yes. And
So,
I have a notable mention.
okay.
Are you done with all yours?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
For now. Yes.
I only have one notable mention. Babes in Toyland.
Oh, is that Christmas? It is.
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh my God! I can't believe you didn't put that on your list.
I know we actually do watch that one every year.
It's been a while. You introduced it to the girls,
I did.
and I remember the girls
they
got
were little.
hooked on it, and then I was like, they have a thing for Keanu.
It's Keanu.
But it ended up
it also has, you know, our
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore's our national sweetheart, you know, she were all these
and that's why the girls loved
movies,
it, because it was Drew Barrymore. They're like, "This is a little girl from ET." Yeah, I remember the girls.
You're talking about the older
The
ones,
oldest girls. Yeah, they were all into it. And
Babes in Toyland is my notable mention.
You know, I don't remember them. I remember pieces because I never sat down. You know, because I'm like, I don't want to see John Wick be like this.
That is not what you ever thought, because it came out so long before.
Ted Theodore Logan cannot do this to me.
You're so horrible. You're so funny. That came out in 1986.
1986. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are so many other movies that I'm like, oh man, this was funny.
The thing is, you've seen. I realized when we were going through all these and you were naming different movies, I was like, I've never seen that. I've never.
Are you serious?
I've never seen that. I've never seen. Like, you had a really long list of movies that you were like calling off, and even when I was going through the list, I was like, I've never seen that. Never seen that.
Oh my
God.
God.
Seen that. Never seen that. Oh, well, didn't you have another national? Was it National Lampoon?
That's why I'm like, there's two movies that I've always watched that I didn't mention.
National Lampoon,
Christmas. Chevy Chase, man, and the credit like that. Oh my goodness!
And wasn't it Trading Places?
Trading Places is a good one, but that's not what I was going to mention.
Not that one. Is that the one?
No, I was in Rocky 4.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4
is a Christmas movie.
They fight on Christmas.
Oh,
remember they're like he goes to Russia. He goes to Russia and he's like fighting Ivan Drago and everything's like on Christmas. And then at the end, you know, he's like beats him and he's like talking to his son back home. It's like, oh man, Rocky 4. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me.
I don't remember.
Rocky 4. Rocky's there for everything. New Year's, Thanksgiving, Independence Day. It's the greatest love story ever.
Independence Day?
Yeah.
Are we thinking of different movies?
Wait, isn't that when he fights Apollo Creed? Wasn't that Apollo Creed?
Oh, you're still talking about Rocky. Okay, never mind.
I'm saying Rocky covers everything.
Oh, yeah, okay. You said Independence
Day.
Okay,
people,
and,
just for some reason, whatever. It's Valentine's, it's Christmas, it's everything. Okay, so just automatically think that Rocky's always there. Okay,
it was
so
hilarious.
I'm not gonna mention it. Just know if you're a loyal listener, then just know that Rocky's will always be. My dad will always be my number one. Okay.
Well, no, just when you were saying Independence Day, for some reason, I thought about Will Smith. Independence Day.
Oh, sorry. I always think about El Padre.
Independence for Patriot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. That was another notable mention that I forgot to bring up. Fat Man.
Oh my gosh. That was so bad. You like? I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, you did.
I watched Fat Man?
You watched it. I remember when we watched it, we stayed up late, we watched it, and we were like, what? And we were like, you know what?
What am I watching?
And we started watching Dexter, like the last season.
Oh.
Right after that, we started watching Dexter. We started going through our Dexter marathon.
Okay.
Because you were like...
What did we just watch?
Yeah, you were just like, what?
Yeah. All right. Well.
Oh, Daddy's Home. How did I not put Daddy's Home 2 in there?
Right, Daddy's Home.
I'll take it back. I gotta eliminate another one. Daddy's Home 2 has to be like top 3 for me.
Right. We do watch Daddy's Home every year. Well, I mean, it's not that old.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch it
since it's
again.
come out, we
Okay,
watch it
yeah.
every
Okay,
year.
well, let's erase Crumpets then. We'll put in Daddy's Home
Okay.
two in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forget that. We were just talking crap about Will Ferrell, like not having
Do
Will
you
Ferrell.
want me?
Of course, I always
No,
want
no,
you.
no, no, no. You don't want me to take out Krampus and put
No,
Daddy's Home
no,
in?
you have to leave the mention in there.
Okay. So Daddy's Home. Yeah, that's true. We do watch that one.
Yeah, it's a
every
great
year.
movie. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I mean, everybody in that. I mean, it's got like our favorite people. Like to be think about it, you know, it's like Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, like the kids love John Cena.
Yeah.
You know, it's got Mel Gibson, and then you know one of the greatest actors ever, like John Lithgow. Like he's a great bad guy, and to watch him be such a
funny guy. Well, I
weird
love
dad.
I
you
love
know?
him on.
Like,
I know he's funny because I used to watch him on Third Rock. So
see,
Third Rock from the Sun.
So for me, it was hard to watch that show.
I love Third Rock from
Because
the
the
Sun.
first time I ever saw him, like that, my memory of him as an actor was Ricochet, was a Denzel Washington movie where he was the bad guy. So he was such a good bad guy that's how I saw him all the time. So then when I saw Third Rock from the Sun, I was like, wait, what is the bad guy doing playing this weird alien?
Well, maybe that's the opposite for me because I don't recall
and then
movies with him as a bad guy.
And you know what I like is, wasn't he in Harry and the Hendersons?
Yes, he's the
dad,
dad
right?
on Harry and the Hendersons. Like I know him
Forgot
from
about that. Yeah, so no, that
And
was
he's
the
a
first time I
nice-
saw him. That's
he's
the
a
first
nice-
time I saw him.
Funny guy there.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw him. That's right. But yeah, it's just he did such a good job in that movie, and I was like, damn. Like, and then I know a lot of people, and it was a time when I was a teenager too, where you just rebel and don't want to do what everybody likes or thinks is popular. So that show was so big, I was like, I'm not watching that. Forget that. And then I watched some episodes, like, man, I've been missing out. This is a great freaking show.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Our 11-year-old thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, what the hell? But yeah, he's a great actor. And that's why I'm saying he's such a great actor, because he did that, and then, you know, I started watching Third Rock from the Sun, and I was like, man, he's like funny. He's like perfect, you know. So he can do bad guy. If a guy can do a bad guy like that, and then so when he was on Dexter that season, I was like, yep, that's what I'm talking about, like that, because you hated him. You were like, no, he can't be. And I was like, yeah, I told you he's a great bad guy. And then I see him in Daddy's Home, and it's just like, oh, what? Did you go TT?
Well, and as a family, we enjoy that movie.
My kids say that I'm gonna be El Padre when I'm a grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah,
they do say that.
They see that as like, man, I can see that. Like, just as the moment that
That's
the grandpa
awesome, because then I know that we're gonna be divorced and you're gonna be,
no,
sleeping
just
with
like
all these women.
the jokes and the
Really?
just the jokes.
Really?
What? When they was like, oh, your kids want to hear a joke. It was like, so there was this, and they're like, no. Like that's what the kids. I was like, that's gonna be you.
I don't think you're gonna be that bad.
No, of course not. I'm probably gonna be like Jackie. Like,
You're gonna be
you want some cocoa?
I'll make it for you. I got it. Yeah, you're gonna be that grandpa. You are. Well, there they are then.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. Thanks for playing along, babe. I appreciate it.
No
It
problem,
makes it
honey.
awesome. Yeah, so that's why I'm a hypocrite, people, because I watch a lot of Christmas movies.
Yes,
but
more than I do.
per my draft, you can tell that it's not your traditional Christmas movies.
No, they're not the traditional Christmas movies.
They're still out there, right?
Yeah, there's so many Christmas movies.
So many.
So
Like
many.
you just
And we're not even talking about like the TV ones. Like these are like the Hallmark.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen Hallmark
haven't
ones.
seen the Hallmark ones.
Because that's drawing a line right there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, enough is enough. Yeah, no munching. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. That's
Well,
local.
thank you for joining us, and we will be posting about this. So hopefully we'll have some responses from you guys about your top picks. Maybe we'll do just like your top 3 on Instagram. So look out for that in the next week, and then we'll touch on that on the next episode.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Talk to you guys next week. Be safe.
Bye.